Aren't walls awesome? I love walls. But I'm getting tired of the stone bricks over here. So I decided that I want to redo a part of the stronghold in a different material. And I think this dead end, happens to be the near the end portal, is a good choice. Why? For one, it isn't too long, and I'm not even sure if I'm doing all of this. Because it's pretty long, I don't know what I want to do with it yet. But I do know that with the silverfish spawner up there, I'm kind of afraid that at one point I'm going to remodel here, break the redstone up there or whatever, don't know how to put it back, and I still know how to put it back right now. Or that it is too dark, the shit will spawn, will infest these blocks. I just think it's a disaster, so I want to have this part remodeled. So, before I forget that I have inventory space, I figured I wanted to go with an earthy tones. And I figured that, hey, I might do this as follows. These guys are gonna fall to their death hope. Yes, nice. Automated cleaning, woohoo. And I was thinking of maybe putting this like this. And then putting the walls over here. Like this. I think this might be a nice... see what I mean? I already broke it. Crap. Shit. I think I'm going to have to do most of this off screen because this sucks. Anyway. What was I doing over here? Oh right. This one here, this one here, this one here. I think this might make for an interesting palette. It might be a little bit too busy though. Oh, and right, I forgot the ceiling. What am I going to do for the ceiling? It's even safe to break shit here. Not really, but I was thinking of doing this all the way like this maybe. Damn it. Don't break too much. I think this might look nice. Put some lights up in the ceiling, which will probably have to be sea lanterns at some point. But I don't know. I'm still torn on this thing here, over here. Maybe this is just too busy. Maybe plainer. This is a smarter move. And put it like that? I don't know. I'll have to investigate. Or maybe the white floor is the mistake. Let's see what the dark floor looks like. Yeah, I think this might look nice. Quartz on the ceiling and this on the sides. Maybe this floor is a little bit too much to ask. Let's see if this works better. Could even do quartz up here. This one is relatively safe. But then you get this mix. I don't like that. Ah, fuck, I did it again. Oh, I didn't pick you up. Awesome. Let's see, how does this look? I think I'm more partial to this method in this case. I don't know, choosing, it's very difficult. Because, busy as this looks, I think this is a little bit too simpletonian. Yeah, I'm going with the right design. And I'm going to replace the ceiling with quartz, so I'll see you guys in a minute, 2 or 3. For me probably several hours. Anyway. And wall be gone. I finished my work here. I decided to use slabs for the ceiling and make the lights pop out. I figured that would be a nice thing and it would make it feel just a little bit more roomier. And I think it looks a little bit more decent. It gives a little bit more balance in the sense that the brown down here also matches up with that there. So yeah. Went all the way around here. I think I have to replace this by one of those doors, or maybe I have to knock the walls out. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do. I also have a case of a few leftover thingamajiggies, and of course this area here. But now is the question, what am I going to do with it? Well, that's a secret. Now I will be using this for something, but I don't quite want to go into it yet. But the color scheme doesn't have anything to do with it, so I figured I'd do that first today, and then I'll putz around a little bit, see if I can get something going for what I have actually planned. Because doing this on screen, not my forte. Not my forte. Forte? Something like that. See you in a bit, later, next time. Who knows? It is a day later now, and I've been derping around a little bit. Isn't this wall nice? This wall's glorious. I have been derping around with the purpose of this place. This shall no longer be the dead end, the end portal. No. It's going to be something entirely different. I haven't quite decided what I'm going to call it, but I think this button is going to be now the Silverfish dispenser. The potential is that at some point, well, let's first see the silverfish come out. Of course it doesn't work the one time. It should work most of the time though. Seriously? Be nice. There we go. Hello, Mr. Silverfish. The water is a safe drop so it doesn't get damaged. So that I can just leave him out if I want. It isn't anything, but at least the use of the silverfish dispenser has been saved at this point. The algorithm or the technique behind isn't particularly special, just the button with light, and that light up there. And the middle bottom area of the spawner over here has a hole where silverfish can spawn. And the reason it should most of the time work, doesn't always work, but most of the time, is that every time a spawner cannot spawn, the next tick it tries to spawn again. So every tick it is off, it will look for dark places. And I just need one tick where it actually selects the one spot over here that's within a region, then one will fall down. But it isn't perfect, but I only want to get 1 or 2 silverfish at the most anyway at a time for special projects, so that's totally fine for now. The railway line, well, I've got plans for a railway line at some point, and I figured I might as well figure out how I want to involve the silverfish in it. I did some testing in creative actually, and it turns out to be a gigantic pain in the arse to get silverfish automatically in a minecart. Because my initial plan was to just have silverfish drop down inside a minecart and have the minecart depart and go into this room the moment it arrived. So you'd have a silverfish ready for transport. But since they just ignore the minecart for most of the time, it just isn't an option. They just end up running around up there doing nothing, and it's only once I, as a player, touch the minecart, they will go into it. And given the lack of space up there, that's just not an option. Which is a shame. Only other option is to maybe make a little pillar here, but they can still go out of the hole. There is no way to put the hole in and have a minecart in. That is nice and automatic, and that's a bugger. So I figured I'd make the manual hole for now, so I can leave them out manually, have them follow me to wherever I want them. Yes, maybe I'll do some heists with them, I don't know. Raid the landlubbers with silverfish, who knows. Regardless, I've got the silverfish dispenser here, and it's going to be useful for future projects, I hope. I wanted to do this on screen, but it was just too much work to get the little fussy stuff with the minecart. And by the time I realized, hey, I should be doing this on camera, I was pretty much done. So I was like, ah, fuck it, I'll just finish it. The ceiling here isn't done, and I still have to do a lot of remodeling. It might well be that there's going to be a minecart line running around the stronghold, so then I want this as a departure point for the silverfish. So that's why I just put the rails here for now, and I'll just have to see how it goes. But for now, you've seen my way to dominate, exterminate, indoctrinate all the silverfish to my liking. So yes, end of this episode. Who knows? So, I guess everybody's first question is, where the hell have you been longer? Long has been busy. Not so much with Minecraft, sadly. Sadly, he has not been very busy with Minecraft. Life happened, but I also had to do a lot of editing, which is, I guess, Minecraft related. Mine is up above, and by the time you're seeing this, Cynical will probably have also gone up, and that has eaten my time. But hey, what do we have here? I've been doing some stuff this morning, because this morning is the first time in like 5 or 6 days that I've been able to focus on the computer, which makes me happy. I had a very nasty neck pain. I couldn't sit behind my computer for more than 2 hours and want to go to bed because my muscles couldn't carry my head anymore. My head was too big for my own good. So yes, anyone have any wonders what this is going to be? Well, it should be obvious given by the sheer number of platforms, but this is going to be the sheep farm. The cobble is temporary. These are just the placements. So far I've got 1, 2, 3 and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All the way back there's 8, 9 and 10, 11 and 12 and 13. So I need 3 more. Maybe 2 depending on if I want to somehow abuse this one up here as a platform. And I'm also currently working on this, so I need to make 2, maybe 3 more. But yeah, the basic design is something I'm going to keep hidden from you guys for a little while longer, but I wanted to show you the basic design I'm going with. Especially because it's a lot of off-screen work and I don't want it to be a sudden, out of nowhere thing. All of the cobble is temporary, all the cobble will go at some point. It's just a general, how do you call it, guidelines, so to speak. Because I want to make this a nice farm area, and with these platforms it suddenly becomes a lot more fitting with the rest of the stronghold design, I think. One other thing that I'm going to do is, what do you call it? Yay, I lost my train of thought, go me. Oh yes, the stronghold. The stronghold is not the most useful of designs. For example, there's a couple of places around here. Around here it conflicts a little bit. I can probably work around that one. It isn't too bad if it conflicts a little bit. But there are some spots, well, the biggest one is over here. Yay, I'm good YouTuber, Anyway, the biggest problem is right over here. Basically, this area down here, it is a mess. I don't know what the fuck I want to do with this area. And it's probably I'm going to knock some walls out, remodel the place a bit, and hey, here is a part of the farm. So I think this little area over here will have to go regardless. I'll probably make a little bridge or so that leads up into one of the farms. I don't quite know yet, but this place in its current form, almost fell down, is pretty useless. But I'll find a use for it and heavily remodel it in the process. But yeah, the basic shape of the stronghold is going to change at long last. With the silverfish place, the vending machine, so to speak, I stayed very true to the original shape with that, for the most part, except the function asked for it, but here I'm going a little bit more for the design. And maybe you're asking, hey, why don't you move this stupid platform over here or over there? Couple of reasons. First of all, I don't want to go higher with my platforms than that. And I don't want to go lower than a certain amount either, because you can hear the sheep or the animals from 16 blocks away. So if I go higher than that, you'll be able to hear them on the surface. If I go lower than Y is 23 or so, then you can hear them when you're farming slimes down there, and I just don't want that. I want to keep the noise basically in this area, because this is going to be the noisy section. Because yes, that's the name I gave to it before. It should not be possible to hear the sheep from over here while you're coming down the staircase. And that's the final bit of remodeling that I'm probably going to do. I'm not quite happy with the way this goes, because if you're standing here, you can hear these sheep. Or well, if you're standing here, you can't exactly hear them quite yet, but you can almost hear them. I think it would be far nicer to drill down a little bit further, and then you end up in the stronghold in one of these little loopy sections over here. Then you end up over here, which is basically also a dead area that we're not using. And while I don't mind these extra maze parts, I think it would be far nicer if you come down here and the old entrance, so to speak, is going to become a more strict part of the farm. So yes, lots of remodeling is coming ahead, but you guys will see that once I progress a little bit further. So I'll see you in a bit.